Whispers in the Dark, The Vanishing of Sarah Mitchell.
911. What's your emergency?
You'll never find her. They never do.
October 3rd, 1997. The forests surrounding Oakville, Washington, stand tall and quiet until the unthinkable happens. A young woman disappears without a trace, setting off a chain of events that will expose a deep, hidden evil that had been lurking for decades. This is Whispers in the Dark, The Vanishing of Sarah Mitchell. A warning to all our listeners. What you're about to hear will leave you questioning everything. The monsters in this story aren't just lurking in the shadows. They could be watching right now. Oakville, a tin, almost insignificant town with less than 1,000 people. A town nestled in the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest. A place where everyone knows everyone, and life moves at a quiet, steady pace. But on October 3rd, 1997, the town would be shaken to its core when one of its own simply vanished. Sarah Mitchell was 22 years old, bright, ambitious, and full of life. She had recently graduated from college and was back home for a short visit before starting graduate school, but she never made it to that next step. On the night of October 3rd, she left her parents' house to meet friends at a local diner. She never arrived. Detective Johnson was leading the investigation.
We got the call around midnight. Her friends were worried when she didn't show up. In a town this small, someone always knows something, but in this case, no one did.
The next morning, search teams scoured the surrounding area. Oakville's forests were dense, unforgiving, and as the mist rolled in, the situation became even more dire. Sarah's car was found a mile from town, parked on the side of the road. The engine was cold, the keys still in the ignition, but Sarah was gone. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The search. Search efforts ramped up. The entire town mobilized, desperate to find Sarah. But as days turned into weeks, hope began to fade. The woods surrounding Oakville had swallowed her, leaving only scattered clues behind. The search coordinator was at a loss.
We covered every inch of those woods, but nothing turned up. It's like she just disappeared. You start questioning everything at that point.
Then, 2 weeks after Sarah's disappearance, a hiker stumbled upon something chilling. Deep in the woods, miles from where her car was found, he discovered a necklace tangled in some branches. It was unmistakable. Sarah's mother confirmed that it belonged to her. Sarah's mother, who is now mentally scared for the rest of her life.
It was hers, that necklace. She wore it every day. I can't believe this is all we have left of her.
But the discovery of the necklace only deepened the mystery. Why was it found so far from her car? How had it gotten there? A chilling pattern. As investigators began to dig deeper, they uncovered something even more disturbing. Sarah's disappearance wasn't an isolated incident. Over the past decade, 3 other young women had vanished under similar circumstances within a 50-mile radius of Oakville. Detective Johnson, who was leading the case.
Once we realized there were more missing women, we knew this wasn't just a local problem. It was something much bigger, much darker.
3 women, all around Sarah's age, all vanishing without a trace. No bodies, no suspects, no answers. Could it be the work of a serial predator? Someone who knew how to move through the forests unnoticed, picking off their victims one by one? The FBI profiler who was trying to unravel the mystery explained,
"We're looking at someone with deep knowledge of the area, someone who knows how to evade detection and who is extremely patient. This isn't a killer who acts on impulse. This is someone who plans every detail meticulously."
As the investigation continued, the town of Oakville began to change. Once peaceful streets were now filled with fear and suspicion. Everyone wondered, could it be someone they knew? A twist in the case. And then, just when the case seemed to go cold, a breakthrough came most unexpectedly. A routine traffic stop. A local handyman named James Hawkins, a man known for his odd behavior but nothing criminal, until that night. Officer Mills, who is now having to take time off work with stress.
At first, it seemed like nothing, just a routine stop. But when I looked in the back of his truck, I saw something that stopped me in my tracks. It was a necklace, gold, tangled in some fishing gear. It matched the description of Sarah's missing necklace.
James Hawkins was arrested and brought in for questioning. What followed would send shockwaves through the investigation. Detective Johnson summarized.
For hours, Hawkins sat there, saying nothing, and then, all of a sudden, he just started talking. The things he described, it was like something out of a nightmare.
Hawkins confessed not only to Sarah's murder, but to the murders of the 3 other missing women. But it wasn't just what he said. It was the details. He described how he would stalk them, watch them from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
They didn't even know I was there, watching, waiting.
A dark revelation. But the real horror came when investigators searched Hawkins's property. Hidden deep in the forest behind his home, they found a room filled with trophies from his victims, jewelry, clothing, and most disturbingly, photographs. He had documented their final moments. Detective Johnson was shaken to his core.
It was worse than we imagined. He didn't just kill them, he hunted them, and he kept pieces of them.
Hawkins saw himself as more than just a killer. He believed he was freeing his victims from the pain of life.
I was doing them a favor. They were trapped in their lives. I was their savior.
The Mastermind. Just as the case seemed to be wrapped up, another discovery sent investigators down a new, even darker path. In Hawkins's journals, he referred to someone else. Someone he called the Master. The FBI profiler who is still traumatized to this very day.
Hawkins wasn't working alone. There was someone else, someone guiding him, instructing him, a mastermind.
Despite exhaustive searches, no trace of the Master has ever been found. And to this day, the question remains, is the Master still out there, watching, waiting, planning their next move? James Hawkins may be behind bars, but the mystery of Oakville is far from over. The town still lives in fear, wondering if the real monster is still out there. And as long as the Master remains at large, no one is truly safe. This has been Whispers in the Dark, the vanishing of Sarah Mitchell. What do you think? Could the Master still be out there, orchestrating these heinous acts from the shadows? Drop your theories in the comments below. Let us know what you believe really happened and how deep this conspiracy might go. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Because the truth may save someone's life. Here on True Crime Chronicles, we explore the darkest corners of human nature, uncovering the secrets that many fear to speak of. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and always remember, sometimes the monsters are the people you trust the most. The story of Sarah Mitchell may seem like it's over, but in the dark corners of Oakville, whispers of the Master persist. Is this shadowy figure still out there, biding their time, waiting for their next move? Or has the town of Oakville finally found peace? That's for you to decide. If you want to hear more about unsolved disappearances and chilling true crime mysteries, be sure to check out our other videos and engage with the community in the comments. We want to hear from you. What are your theories on the Oakville vanishings? Is the Master real? Or is it all just a part of Hawkins's twisted delusions? If you're new here, Welcome to True Crime Chronicles. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we dive into the mysteries that others won't. And remember, in a world full of shadows, knowing the truth could be the only way to survive.